you have this mini Spanish tour, and you're playing places like Palma de Mallorca, which is known for being very sunny. It's a strange option for a band playing the music, the kind of music you play. So, a lot has been talk about the relation between weather, the weather influence, and the music, especially for metal bands. So, what's your opinion on this? Does the weather affects the kind of music you make?
I, it has an affection on post black metal bands like we are, but when I listen to like old black metal stuff, I mean, for example, the first Satyricon album or something, then you directly feel that this is something that comes from a very cold and dark place, and you can hear it on the guitars and all that. I mean, our kinds. I mean, there are. I mean, Harakiri is more on the melancholic, depressive side, but there are many post-black metal bands nowadays that
Yeah.
sound a little bit as um, as it would come from a sunny place, like the first the Sunbathe from Death Heaven, or last year there was an album coming out called Agriculture from a band with the same name. I mean, it's no, I don't think it's. I think it's directly related, but yeah, maybe it influences the mood a little bit when you write songs. That could be, yeah.
Right. Great. So, your last album, Merit, turned 3 years in February, I think. So,
Yeah.
what are the plans on a new album? Because I think you are already recording this new album, right? What can you say about it?
Um, yeah, we are right now recording it. I have to do still a few, maybe 2 or 3 sessions of singing. And there will be. We were still working on some guest vocal parts. Um, but it's pretty much. But otherwise the recordings are pretty much done. We should mix it after the Spain tour, and yeah, I hope that everything works out so we can release it in early 2025.
Great.
And yeah, we worked very hard for this one. Um, it also took us a little bit longer than usual, because when we uh, before we were like recording and releasing albums like every two years, and um, this took us a little while.
Yeah. I think Cream from Sacred Flesh is playing drums again on this album, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, great. Because he's a great choice. So, why change something that is not broken, right?
Yeah, I mean, we always have this discussion before we record an album, because we also have two very good drummers, because our original drummer Misha and Paul, who was plays in Elende and Karg, um, they are switching because Misha is regularly working in a day job and can't play all the shows, especially when it comes to years like 2023, where we played over 80 shows around the world, like the US and Central Asia and all that. So this wasn't possible, and they are also great drummers. But I think the reason is Grim is a very professional studio drummer, and
Hmm.
I think he and Matthias, he worked. I mean, he now recorded the two re-releases from the first two albums. He recorded every album except from Trauma. So they already know how to work and play together, and I think they have a great working atmosphere and all that. So I think that's the pretty fine deal for all of us. And Grim is also very much into to Harakiri and more modern and how shall I say, alternative styles from metal, because I mean Septic Flesh and all the other bands he played, like Behemoth or something, that are totally sounding totally different
Yeah.
than our stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned this re-recording. You released those first albums. I think it was 2022 when you recorded and released those albums with the new possibilities you have now, new people. So, after 2 years, are you still satisfied with what you record, or after 2 years you are already like seeing new possibilities what you have done there?
I mean, the two re-recordings and the Mary album were like the best phase in the band when it comes to yeah to make new albums or to make old new albums. I think you know what I mean. With the re-recordings, um, yeah, we were in a pretty good phase. My voice was working pretty well as because we were um, yeah, we were just into it, and I hope that the new album is working out well again. But I'm pretty sure that everything will be fine in the end. And when you are still in the creative phase of an album, you're always a little bit unsecure and all that. Will it be cool in the end? Did we maybe went too far with all this alternative rock, indie, or grunge influences and all that, or maybe hardcore influences as it is on the as it will be on the new album. We
Hmm.
don't know. But I think this was always a thing Harakiri did to mix the standard post black metal up with other styles and all that. So I think we should be fine. And I'm still happy about how Mary and the two re-releases turned out. I don't listen to my own music that often, I still like these albums.
Good, good. Right. So, last month on March, it was 10 years from your first video clip, "My Bones to the Sea."
Yeah.
It's been a long journey since that video clip to the latest one, like "Us Against December Skies." The thing is that your video clips are always this has this cinematic feel, right? Like they are like movies. So, would you like to have your own movie to put a soundtrack to, and how that will be?
Oh, that's a difficult question, but I totally would agree. Working on a project like this, I mean, when it comes to a special topic or an issue or something, I think it's yeah would maybe be uh, a movie about a troubled guy trying to find place in the world, uh, having troubles with maybe substance abuse or depressions or all together broken relationships, maybe maybe a sad story, growing up in a damaged family or something. I think one could work with these, but that was just the first idea I had now. Well, because you asked me 20 seconds ago, but I think that could work.
Yeah, cool, cool. Right.
And
So,
I'm generally much into movies and cinematic stuff. So yeah, I'd totally like to work on something like this. But that would be maybe a good idea for the future. Maybe
cool.
we
Yeah. And on Spain, you're playing with Heritor, but also after that, I think you're going to Poland and you play with Celeste and Sunken. So I was wondering if you could have a wish list of bands you would like to play with, who will be on that wish list?
Um, I think these are already three proper bands, and I mean Sunken they are pretty new, and I think they didn't have to have played live so often. But
Hmm.
I had the last album. Don't ask me for the title, the Black Gray one, and I really was into it, and I even went to a festival in Austria just to watch them. I mean, Ultra was also there, so was was a fine deal. But I've seen them before, so I wouldn't have driven there just because of them. But I went there because I wanted to see Sunken because I liked their last album so much. So I'm pretty fine with this deal. And then they told us about Celeste. I like Celeste since since I can remember since I first saw them live. I don't know if you have ever witnessed them, but they have a very special live show.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah, yeah.
make the room completely dark, and then they have this red um, headlight, and I think this works out with the music pretty well. So this is already a very proper deal to tour with them. If you ask me for maybe more famous or bigger bands, I'd always like to play with maybe Converge would be one of my dream bands to tour with, or generally post rock bands like God is an Astronaut or this will destroy you. We already tried a few. Well, yeah, okay. Now I got a good idea. Um, we already tried to work on a tour with If These Trees Could Talk. I don't know if
Hmm.
you know them.
Yeah, yeah, I know them.
Yeah, we try to get them over since 8 years or something, or even longer. I think since 2014. We try this. I think we will try this again for next year for some album release tour or something. So this would be one of our dream ideas to get them over and tour with them in the US. But I think the easier way would be to get them here. But I think it's always a little bit difficult to play bigger tours with bands from overseas that are already have families and all that, and I think on top of working in normal day jobs, I don't think it's so easy. And I don't know if they're planning an album. They released a single, but as far as I know, it's just a single, and they don't release an album in the near future. But maybe I'm wrong, so don't get this for granted. That would be something we really would like.
Good. Right. So, Michael, if you go through the comment sections of on your in your social media or on your videos, you always see comments like people saying that your music helped them when they went through tough times like depression, loneliness. For some people, could be strange as your music is actually depressive, right? So, how do you think this works? Why does depressive music actually helps people with depression and loneliness?
Okay, sorry, I did
No,
something wrong with my phone, but
no.
I understood everything you said.
All right. Okay.
Um, okay, so I think this is a huge paradoxon, but it was always like this. I mean, people always listen to sad music, and it made them feel better. Don't ask me why, but in my case, um, I'm just happy when I'm listening to sad or melancholic music. Listening to happy music mostly makes me depressive. I mean, there are a few examples, very few examples where I would say, okay. this is a song that makes a good mood. Then it's also written out of a good mood. But um, yeah, most of the time I had a very many strange discussions in the last 20 years um, when I started to listen to depressive black metal or something in the pre-drinking game. I had people at home and I listened to Xastur or Bursum or whatever, and and then my metal friends were like, "Oh man, it's too much." But to me, it always gave me a good feeling, and I'm still listening to 90% sad music or depressive music, and yeah, it's still. I don't know what it is. It has it maybe it has some therapeutic effect. Um, it's like poetry.
Yeah.
The people reading lyrics. I mean, it started with all this. Uh, with all these old poets like Shakespeare or whatever. This was like 700 years ago or whatever. They also already had this deep, dark, black humoric subtone, and the people already found joy in it, really reading it. And same is today, and same is with that music. And if you read lyrics from a guy that maybe went through something, then that is pretty similar to something you went through, like all this lost love, broken relationship, estrangement stuff I am writing about. That's something pretty authentic. I'd say that's something I went through myself, and that's something people can relate to because they may have been in something similar. And yeah, I think that helps, and it gives me a good feeling I mean, I don't make music and lyrics for other people. I make it for myself, but it gives me a good feeling that it's giving somebody else a good feeling too, and helps them out of difficult situations. So yeah.
Yeah, totally. Right. And back in January, you released this special playlist called the Depression Collection, with a collection actually of your most impressive songs.
Yeah.
These were your songs. So if you have to do a playlist from bands you like depressive songs, who bands comes in mind if you have to choose bands?
Wow, that's something I can tell you out of my mind. I try to. You still hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, so I try to get into my Spotify account so I can tell you a little bit about these. I mean, one of my most favorite post black metal albums was Home. I think it was an MEP or a short album. Was Home by Numenorian,
Yeah.
a short living Canadian post black metal band. I'd counted for that for that one. The first, yeah, I'm always Amazors, Austere. I mean, Austere, yeah, that was depression in perfection, I'd say. The the albums they made before the split up in 2009 or something, I haven't really heard the new stuff. Not so that I can talk about it. I mean, I gave them 2 or 3 tries listening, but not that often.
Hmm.
So yeah, you can count that. Below the House, from planning for burial, is also really fantastic depressive album.
Yeah.
Um, what else can I tell you? Cold World, Cold World made some great depressive albums.
Yeah.
Um, so let's give me a few more examples, but I'm sorry I can't. I can't tell you out of. I really like all Ilende stuff. I mean, they're good. They were very good friends as well. But I was into their stuff before we became friends,
Yeah,
and I'm a very huge, not, I mean, nearly a fanboy from Lustre, some synthi atmospheric black metal band from Sweden,
yeah,
and just to mention a few. When it comes to newer albums, I really like. Yeah, I mean, a Life Lover. Life Lover is one of the favorites. But when it comes to newer albums, I'm really into Yellow Eyes and Sunrise Patriot Motion. It's from the same guy. They're from Brooklyn, I think. And yeah, let's keep it that way. And yeah, I'm a huge fan of indie stuff and hardcore and all that, or aggressive emo or screamo too. So there's a lot of depression in the music I'm listening to.
good, good. Well, Michael, just to finish the interview,
Yeah.
so just to finish the interview, when on your social media you recently say that there is a lot of planning for next year. So you say that there is an album actually coming out next year, but besides the album, do you have something special also prepared, like a special tour? You're gonna tour with someone and you're preparing it, or what is it for
Um,
Harakiri on 2025?
not yeah. We're preparing a lot of stuff in the back, but not something I'm already able to talk about, and I can tell you because most of it is still pretty unsure. There will be a few tours for sure, and hopefully a lot of festivals because yeah, that's what we are waiting for doing with the new album. That's why we keep 2024 a little bit calm and
Hmm.
just play a few handful of shows, mostly in countries, yeah, Spain or Poland, where we didn't play that much shows as we wanted to in the last years.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't really know what's up for 2025. But I think there will be a lot of gigs, and we will see a lot of places we have and have not been to before. So it will be busy.
Good.